Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dalia Gamil, and this is Healthy and Happy Living with Teriyak. Hopefully, you can hear my smile. Our guest today is a leader in advanced cosmetic dentistry and the founder of Sapphire Smiles in Houston Heights. After graduating among the top 10% of his class at New York University, he pursued his passion towards helping people smile with confidence. He is currently practicing exclusively at Sapphire Smiles located in Houston Heights. Join me in welcoming Dr. Mina Antoun.
Hello Dalia, thank you so much for the warm introduction, and I'm very honored to be a guest in your podcast.
Thank you, Dr. Antoun. So first we want to know what inspired you to pursue a career in dentistry, and how did your journey lead you to become the founder of Sapphire Smile?
Like growing in Egypt, Cairo, I was surrounded with a lot of people, friends, family, or people that works around my family that might be walking around with a missing tooth or a black tooth, or a cousin that is missing a tooth but he's not really bothered to go fix it, but the way he talks to me, I can see how it's impacting the way he appears in front of people, or the way it impacting his personality and the daily to day interaction. So I really wanted to change that, and I was thinking that if I can help people not to lose their teeth, or not to get to the situation where they need to get a tooth pulled, that this is going to have a great impact on their appearance, their personality, and their life. So that's what really motivated me to pursue career in dentistry. And I got into dental school back home, and then fast for a few years, me and my wife, we were both dentists. We decided to come here to the US, and to get the degree in America, we had to go through a dental school. So we joined the New York University, and while I was there, I really focused so much about learning a procedure like a root canal, because I was focused on how to not get that tooth pulled. So after focusing so much on the root canal thing, then later on I realized that it's much bigger than just trying to save that one tooth. It's bigger than one tooth at a time. So I really started thinking, if I'm not gonna be focused on fixing one tooth at a time, what I can be. And I started really thinking about the bigger pictures and comprehensive approach, and smile makeover, and how to take a crooked teeth and make them straight, or how to take someone who is not very confident smiling because they have a dark tooth, or a tooth that is very protruded out, how we can make it better. And from here, I started realizing that there is a huge department which is cosmetic dentistry. I joined the department at NYU for aesthetic dentistry, and I really found a lot of passion in this. And this is where I realized that my true passion is not just to focus on doing a procedure like a root canal. If anybody has some knowledge about a root canal, you basically just focused on one tooth at a time. So I shifted my mindset to focus about the entire smile at a time, and not just one tooth, more like orchestrating the situation, or like being the maestro of the situation, and not just fixing that one tooth. So that's it. After that, graduating NYU, we joined a regular job, I would say, like at a corporate dentistry, which is a quite common thing for fresh graduate dentists to do. But one of the things about that is you are doing more of the bread and butter. You don't really have control over what type of dentistry you want to do. You're basically there for the job, and you have a 9 to 5, and you see patients, you treat them, you save that tooth. But it's a different approach, because like the patient walks in, and based on the vibe of the office or the marketing of the office, they're trying to attract people who are really here to get out of pain, or just focus on that one tooth. So again, it didn't really end up matching my vision. So after staying there for 4 years, I decided that I have to do what I really wanted to do, which is helping people smile with confidence. And I decided to pull the plug and take some risk, and start my own office. And it was quite stressful, because I was earning good money for a young dentist. I had a young family. I had a nice job, secure job. So to quit and start basically a startup, which is a new business, and take loans and debts and to figure it out was quite stressful. But fast forward now, we just celebrated 5 years into the office, and I'm grateful and I'm glad I pulled this and did this decision, because now I'm doing what I love the most, which is helping people smile more with confidence. So
congratulations on your 5th anniversary.
Thank you.
That's awesome. It makes me smile.
Yeah.
What do you believe makes Sapphire Smile unique compared to other dental practices, and how do you ensure your patients receive the best care possible?
So again, while focusing on treating the whole smile, you have someone walking in, they might need a multidisciplinary approach, which means they might need to see different specialties. It's not just about one doctor. Like maybe one doctor is going to do the root canal, but another doctor is going to pull the wisdom tooth, but another doctor is going to do the crown, another doctor is going to do the braces or the Invisalign. So it is very common here in America that one patient needs to hop between different offices so that they can get everything, right? So they go to the general dentist, and then he send them to an oral surgeon, and then he send them to an endodontist, and then he send them to the orthodontist. But in between doing all of that, the patient get lost, and the patient doesn't really get to reach their goal quite easily. So when I started this office, I was like, what can we do in order to make it easier for the patient? So the answer is we need to do everything in-house at a very high quality. So as a startup, I couldn't hire a bunch of specialties, but we started with a surgeon or a periodontist, and then myself. And because I had training back home for 5 years, and then I got another 6 years of training here in the US, I was really able to do a few things at the beginning, because I had to pursue the vision of taking care of the patient here in the office. So at the beginning, I was doing like 2 or 3 specialties. I was doing all the root canals, all the regular surgeries, as well the cosmetic part. But now that we are more matured into practice, we actually have another cosmetic dentist, we have an ortho specialist, or like a braces specialist, and we have a periodontist. So now I'm taking a step back, and I'm trying to focus more on what I do best, which is cosmetic dentistry, while delegating the other stuff to the other specialists. So to summarize, what makes us special is I see a lot of clients and a lot of patients. They come here, they've been trying to fix their smile for like 4 years, 7 years, but they couldn't reach that. And the reason behind that is the dentist failed to guide them properly. So what I think we are very good at is we're very able to take a client from point A and get them to the finish line. I have so many stories and situations where they had been in braces for 7 years, but they never got what they want. They have been in this for so long. But what we do is I tell my clients, I'm quite sure that if we work together, I will get you to the finish line. Now, we have some situations where it takes 1.5 years maybe. I think the longest is 1.5 years that I had, but we still get them to the finish line rather than having them lost in between communication between different clinics or different doctors. So this is definitely one thing that makes us special.
So Sapphire Smile at the Heights have a multidisciplinary dental team.
That's correct. So we have a lot of treatments that includes teeth to be pulled, dental implants to be placed, root canals to be done, Invisalign to get the teeth to be straight, and then we finish it off most of the time with a beautiful smile makeover using veneers and composite and things like that.
Awesome. Having a beautiful smile impacts self-esteem. Please share with us your insights about the connection between a confident smile and happiness.
There is definitely a great connection between a great smile and happiness. So again, when we see that patient who is living their entire life because they're born missing, for example, the laterals. So the laterals are like side teeth, not the two big front tooth, the tooth next to it. It's quite often people are born without it. So I have a patient, she did not have these teeth and she had some baby teeth and they did not look good. So being able to connect with these clients and give them what they're looking for, which is the ability to smile, that definitely has a huge impact on their life, on so many levels, on personal, professional levels. So I see a lot of patients, they come to me a year out of their wedding, or they're planning for a big event, and then they're now ready to smile with confidence and laugh. All of our clients, when we're done with their smile, they literally pause and think, is like, why I did not do this sooner? Because reality is, if you're gonna do it, then why not do it sooner and enjoy that confidence and that happiness that comes with it. So it is definitely a confidence booster. It is definitely something that allow you to be the best version of yourself. When you have that confidence that you have a beautiful smile, it makes you reach your abilities, or maximize your abilities, and really makes you shine. So there is a huge connection.
Awesome. So what advice do you have for overcoming dental anxiety, and how do you help your patients feel comfortable at Sapphire Smile?
Dental anxiety is a real thing, and we see a lot of people coming to the office with dental anxiety, and the funny part is they tell us straight ahead, doctor, I don't mean to offend you, but I don't like the dentist. I don't like being here. My heart beats so fast when I'm in the dental chair. I know it's not you, it's me, but I cannot help it. So sometimes it's just triggered by the media, the vibe, like people joking about being at the dentist, or even sometimes I feel like parents can tell their kids, like, if you don't behave well, I'm gonna take you to the doctor, I'm gonna take you to get a shot. So it's a real thing. Now, what we do here at Sapphire Smiles, so first, I feel like being a younger doctor and able to be patient and to gently connect with my clients, I try to ease their fear, discuss with them what is the reason of their fear, and then if I couldn't contain their anxiety by just giving them reassurance, showing them the plan, if I couldn't fix it by just that, then we offer things like when we're doing dental treatment, we give them noise canceling headphones. It sounds funny, but reality is I have a lot of patients watching TV shows and Netflix on the TVs on the ceiling while they're getting the treatment done. I mean, obviously we're going to be kind of all over their faces with our hands, but still they can watch something that they watched before, they can be distracted, or they can even listen to music. So I think that's helpful. Also the feeling of being cozy, like we give them blankets and check on them, we give them breaks. So all of this is kind of like the small gestures that we can do to ease the procedure for them. Now, if it's severe anxiety and all of this is not good enough, then we start offering to them the sedation. So sedation is medication that makes them more relaxed, and there's degrees. So we offer the inhalation sedation. It's the laughing gas that people can breathe through the nose. So this is kind of like the entry level. It's very safe, and you can even drive when we're done after that. It's legal, there's no problem. So this is gonna be like initial entry level for someone who's not super anxious. And then the next level is going to be like oral sedation. We give them a pill, they're super drowsy, and they're drowsy enough that by law they should not drive when they leave. And the last one, which we do often but we try not to overuse it, is the IV sedation. We literally have a sedation doctor or anesthesiologist here at the office. They knock them off and they're completely asleep, and they don't feel a thing. Now obviously this comes with logistics and someone to pick you up and drop you off and fasting through the night end. So we try just to communicate with the patients, do you really want all of this, or you think you can just handle it? Maybe we can start with a smaller procedure and see how you react to this one. Maybe we can break down, the plan into a bunch of smaller appointments, or maybe they want to just get it done, so we accommodate that and finish everything at once. So it really depends, but I don't think dental anxiety nowadays can be a reason for someone to just ignore their oral health, because there's so many, ways around it. There's really no reason for someone to just, live the rest of their life with pain or health issues, or not comfortable and happy with their smile. Everybody deserves a beautiful smile, and you should not let, an anxiety get in the way.
I agree. I bought in.
Yeah.
Okay. Cosmetic dentistry is becoming more popular, especially with treatments like teeth whitening, veneers, and Invisalign. When do you offer these treatments, and what patients typically expect from them?
So, we definitely saw a big demand on cosmetic dentistry. It keeps growing, but it started actually with COVID, because a lot of people started working from home, and they see their image in the Zoom meeting, and they always looking at themselves, or people FaceTiming each other. So people started realizing, how much their teeth, it's true, how much their teeth is important. So I think there was a huge boom in cosmetic dentistry for the last 5 years. It's definitely more in demand, and there's a lot of more dentists that are interested in that as well, to offer that to their patient. So I think nowadays people take a lot of selfies, pictures, videos. So smile is so important. And my take, as I always tell my clients, you can go and buy a piece of jewelry or a nice bag, but reality is you don't take that bag with you everywhere. You don't wear that jewelry everywhere. But guess what? You go to work with your smile and your teeth, and you go on a date with your with your significant other with your teeth, and you go to the beach with your teeth. So you take your teeth everywhere. So if you're gonna like invest in yourself to look nicer, then you might as well start off with your teeth for sure. So I think focusing on having a beautiful smile is an important thing. So you asked me about how do we shuffle between these different treatments and how do we use them. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode here is, sometimes we need to actually mix all of that for one patient to get their dream smile. So we can mix, teeth whitening first, and then some Invisalign, and then some veneers. But if I wanna clarify which way is gonna do that, or what is the result of each procedure. So basically, I tell my clients, if you are happy with the shape of your teeth, and all what you're not happy about is that tooth sticking out or that gap, then Invisalign is a huge tool. It's faster than braces, it's better than braces in my opinion, it's cleaner than braces, and it will allow you to have very straight teeth in a very short period of time. It's easy, it's convenient. So that's what Invisalign is for. Invisalign is to give you your own teeth in a better alignment in your face. Now, if someone has a lot of chipping or worn down teeth from wear and tear, or they had a trauma, their teeth chipped, like I had a client who was racing with his friend and ran into a fence and break the front tooth. So veneers is a great way, because veneers, when it's well crafted, they really mimic natural appearance of teeth, and they give you that full size tooth back, instead of having your tooth broken in half or chipped. So if your teeth are damaged, or you're born with a defect of your enamel, or you have lots of stains, or they're worn down, or you grind your teeth at night, so veneers is a great way for you to push that reset button and reach the smile that you had when you're youthful, 16, 18 years old, and you have perfect teeth. So this is what veneers is for. So veneers came a long way, and really it can be crafted in a way to look very natural. It doesn't have always to be that Hollywood super wide fake smile, because this is not what it's supposed to be.
We have to be who we are. Nice. In your point of view, what are some common misconceptions about cosmetic dental procedures, and how do you help patients understand the process?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So there is a lot of misconceptions about cosmetic dentistry. So I would like to start by saying I do not believe and I do not advertise that every human being should get veneers. However, you might see someone who has a decent smile and you might be thinking like, why is that person getting veneers? So the misconception is you have to have ugly teeth in order for you to think about veneers, but that's not true. You know, like some people have just small teeth, they're completely healthy, they're completely pretty, but they're small in their face. And the thing is, if that person is aware of that, then this is gonna impact their confidence about their smile. Then that person is gonna be hiding their smile when they're talking to people, not willing to smile with their teeth when they're taking photos, and all that is gonna impact their self-esteem and their performance in life. So the misconception is you don't have to have ugly teeth to get, cosmetic treatment. However, if something is bothering you and it's not gonna, and we have a treatment that is not gonna harm you or make things worse, then you should get it. So you can have pretty teeth, but you're concerned about a few things, and we can make it better. So that's one misconception. Now the other misconception is people think that, are you gonna shave my teeth down like shark teeth so I can get veneers? Well, the problem behind that, like this alone, honestly, Dalia, can be its own episode. So the problem with the shark teeth, like why there's a lot of videos on TikTok and social media and Instagram about shark teeth, because when you shave teeth down, like if a dentist shave the teeth down, it becomes a much easier job for the dental lab to create a beautiful smile. So unfortunately, some dentists, they're trying to be very efficient with their time. They are not prioritizing the health of the teeth, so they end up drilling and shaving the teeth so much that you end up with shark teeth. The end result might be pretty, the lab's gonna do a good job, it's actually becoming an easier job. So people now, they fly outside of the country, they go to Turkey, Colombia, Mexico, or sometimes even places in America that for some reason they're offering cheap dentistry, like Miami is another place. So the dentist basically, they, in an attempt to be very affordable, they spend less time with patients, they shave the teeth down so that they can make the process less expensive. It is very expensive when I'm very conservative and I'm not drilling much in the teeth and working with a very thin layer of porcelain and working with a very experienced lab tech. That becomes very expensive, but the end result is a much healthier results because we are drilling less or sometimes no drilling at all. So nowadays we're offering something called no preparation veneers. So if someone has straight teeth, no cavities, slightly small teeth, and they're trying to achieve that fuller, brighter smile, there is absolutely zero reason to drill their teeth. So we don't give them shots, we do no drilling, and we just give them their smile transformation without any of the drilling. So the misconception of, are you going to shave my teeth to shark teeth? That's wrong, that's not the case all the time. And even when someone doesn't qualify for this type of dentistry, then at least we're going to be doing minimum preparation or minimum drilling in their teeth. So shark teeth is a misconception and it should not be done. There's absolutely no reason for you to let a dentist shave your teeth down like shark teeth. I have some more misconceptions. So veneers and smile makeovers, they do not have to look fake like dentures. Again, we're trying to mimic nature, so we can get very specific that sometimes we only do 2 teeth. It doesn't have to always be a full smile makeover. I have a client with a problem in the 2 front teeth, we can just do 2 teeth. Now, when I have a client that is absolutely not happy with the smile and want a smile makeover, that's a different story. But we don't have to create very wide, very fake, teeth. That's not the case. That's also not very artistic, and this is not really the type of dentistry we're trying to provide here at Sapphire Smiles. So yeah, that's it.
Interesting. How has technology impacted dentistry over the years, and what exciting advancements are you seeing in the field today that could change the way people experience dental care?
Dentistry is one of the professions that is always changing, like literally. I think if I look back at any of the treatments that I've done, 2 or 3 years ago, I always have the feeling like if I see that client right now, I will be doing, so many things different. And this is not because I mistreated that patient, it's just because there's so many, changes that is happening every day. So as an example, like 5 years ago, maybe we didn't have the same techniques and qualities to offer what I talked about, which is the no preparation veneers. So now, when I see patients that I used to do some more drilling in the past, now I don't need to do that. So this is definitely related to the technology that is allowing us to, becoming more and more conservative. Now, this is just one aspect. So another thing is, it used to be you go for a dentist and like, hey doctor, I don't like my smile, what can you do for me? And it's like, okay, trust me, I'm gonna make your smile better. And then he, boom boom boom, does the stuff, but what if you end up not liking the smile? So because of that, like imagine if you end up walking out with very large teeth, and then you meet a friend and then you tell her I got my veneers, and then she tells you, oh my god, they look super huge. So that person, your friend and yourself, you're traumatized because you did not get what you're looking for. So nowadays I see patients like, now I'm worried, what are you gonna do to me? And that makes me nervous. That's my smile, that's my face, I don't wanna play with it. So one thing that is fairly recent, fairly recent means we've been doing it for 3 years, but it's a new thing, which is the digital smile design. So now I can take pictures of your face, your teeth, I can take a face scan, a 3D scan of your face, and we match them together in a software, and I literally have your face, your teeth very accurately measured on the computer, and then we do whatever vision we have for you on the computer, and then I show you a 3D rendering video about your smile and how this is gonna look on you. So before I touch your teeth, me and you, we have a clear vision. Oh, my teeth are gonna look like this, it's gonna be curvy here, it's gonna be pointy here, it's gonna be long like this, we're gonna shorten this, lengthen this. I'll be able to show them exactly everything. So that is going to reduce an anxiety, which is actually part of one of the questions we talk about, is that reduces an anxiety because I'm allowing them to see their smile before we actually do it. Actually, more than that. So I can even do something called smile test drive, where I'm gonna give you a temporary smile that looks like the design that I showed you. So I'm gonna show you a 3D rendering video, but if you want to take it one step further, we can do smile test drive, and you can get to experience your smile, your new smile, for a day. You can show it to your husband, your friends, take pictures, and then after that it kind of like peels off very easily. And then if you like it, we can do it permanently. If you don't like it, then you really lost nothing but an hour of your time. So technology is just getting to be really wild. Not to mention how we can now give you a crown same day. You used to wait like 3 weeks or something until it comes from the lab. Now, while this is not applicable on veneers, because veneers take some time still, because it requires a lot of art and a human being layering powder layer by layer to create this natural looking smile. But on something like a single crown or an inlay or an onlay, that is something that we can give to our patients same day, literally in 1 hour in the chair, they're walking out with the final restoration. So all of this, is technology. Now, I wanna end this question with something that is like revolutionary. So people used to have dentures, and then dentures is like, you really shouldn't have dentures anymore. Like, there is way to get your fixed teeth no matter how bad your jaw or your bone. So you get dental implants and you get actually fixed teeth same day. So we have clients that come with, let's say they only have 5 teeth left in their top jaw, and you can imagine, like a bunch of spaces and teeth that are loose and dark and chip and cavities. And these people, like, they spend with me 4 hours in the office. They leave with a new set of teeth. We call it all-on-4, or implant supported restorations. They get brand new teeth same day, that they don't take out of their mouth, supported by dental implants. So I mean, this is technology. I'm lucky to be practicing dentistry in this era. If I was like practicing 30 years ago, probably all what I would be doing is dentures and partial dentures, which is not fun and not what I enjoy doing. But nowadays technology made everything feasible. The catch is you really have to cope with learning, and you have to keep spending money on new equipment and new technology, which is sometimes scary, because also I don't think there is any dentist who would disagree with this, but we buy a lot of new technology to realize that we don't really like it, we don't really use it, or it gets outdated quite fast, and it's a huge expense. So I always try to be careful, but no matter how much you're careful, you always buy something and then a year or two later you realize that you don't use it anymore. Like, I have a laser that I don't use it anymore because I bought a nicer laser. So it comes with a price, I guess. And I'm sure patients also bear some of that, because they ended up paying for the more expensive, the more elite, the more premium treatment. But at the end of the day, they're getting the nicer treatment. So it's a trade.
Nice. Is there a relationship between stress and oral health?
So definitely stress. Like, I cannot deny what all the doctors are saying, that if you're stressful, you can get signs and symptoms, and you can age and. So yes, there is definitely a relation, but I also feel like it's oversold to the population in dentistry. So there's a lot of patients that come to me. I see they have, for example, a lot of chipping in their teeth, and then I tell them, hey, have you noticed you have this tooth broke, this tooth is worn down, and there's like, yeah, my dentist tells me that I grind at night. My wife tells me that I grind at night, so I'm just a little bit stressed. So while this can be true, but this is not the case in the majority of patients. So actually, stress is not the reason behind the deterioration of your mouth. There is usually a functional part that requires dentists to be trained to understand it, and patients to be educated to understand it. There is really no reason for someone who is, for example, 25 years old to have worn down teeth as if he's 45 years old. I see that a lot. So why is this happening? This is happening because often enough, our top and bottom jaw, they're not working together in harmony. It's hard to accept or understand, but yes, growing up, your teeth may not be meeting in a proper position. All what it takes is for a dentist who is trained on occlusion, which is basically the term of how the top and the bottom teeth meet. A dead dentist can propose some orthodontics like braces or Invisalign, or can propose some adjustment to be done in certain areas of the teeth to allow your teeth to work together in harmony, so that when you're chewing or talking to people, your teeth are not constantly in friction in a destructive pattern. So there's a lot of people who have that. They have destructive pattern for their teeth. They end up getting a lot of wear and tear for their own teeth in a very short period of time, and they are blaming it on stress, while in reality it is not stress. So this is my take on stress. There is stress, it's directly related, but it's not as impactful as people think.
Thank you. Please share with us memorable patient story that highlights the positive impact of dental care on someone's life.
I want to feel good about what I do. So whenever I finish someone's smile, I kind of like get with them and I sit with them. I was like, I want to ask you some questions. Would you do this again, or would you go back to your original smile or your original teeth? I'm trying to do that with my clients. First, I want to see if I did a good service for them. I want to get a feedback, but the answers are actually eye-opening. So clients, when they see their original smile, they sometimes cry. They cry. Oh my God, there was no way I believe this was my teeth. They cry. You changed my life. This is amazing. I didn't know that I can ever have this beautiful smile. So the good thing is we like, documenting this and recording this. So I have a lot of, patients' feedback on camera saying how this is a life-changing experience for them. Now, there are a few of them that are memorable. This is a little bit wild story, but it is actually a true story. So one of my clients, she actually flew from Atlanta a few times to see me. So she had a very large gap in the middle of her mouth, and then somehow a dentist convinced her to get an additional tooth in between her two front teeth to close the gap. So she literally have, a tooth in the middle of her face. Like if you look at the picture, you will feel like, oh my God, how come this is a dentist? But people sometimes get creative in a not very good way. So she lived for like 5 years with that tooth, and then she decided to do better. We did like a video call, and she liked my proposal, and she flew in 3-4 times, and we fixed her smile, and now she has a beautiful smile. So that person, she's so grateful. She keeps coming every year for a check. The fact that she flies in from Atlanta to see me, these are good memories. This is why we do what we do. So I really appreciate all of our clients who drive far or fly to come and see us, and what makes us try to go the extra mile and do things the right way to get these people to what they deserve to have. So
awesome. So some sort of medical tourism as well.
Medical tourism for Houston. I mean, there's really, really not much to see in Houston, so at least they're going to see Dr. Antoun at Sapphire Smiles.
Yeah, but there is the medical center.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, what does the Sapphire Smile philosophy mean to you, and how do you incorporate this approach into your daily practice?
So our philosophy is we really care about our reputation. We really care about giving every patient the experience that they deserve. So, and that comes in so many levels. It comes from the level where we really try not to have them wait in the reception just to get to their appointment. Now, I'm not gonna lie, every now and then, our schedule falls behind and we end up with one of these situations where our patient is waiting. But we are structuring our office to make this is not the norm. So whenever this happens, we try to, I'll offer that patient, a coffee on us, a Starbucks on us, whatever it is, to try to explain that this is not the norm, this is not acceptable. So this is just to explain to you how we really care about our customer service. Now, when it comes to actually doing dentistry, it is often, the situation where you go to a dentist who is trying to just, propose a lot of treatment that may not be necessary. While our approach is comprehensive dentistry and a lot of our clients, they get a lot of treatment, we actually still have a good amount of our clients where they come with a very healthy teeth and they don't need any treatment other than their hygiene appointments. And we actually, with all honesty, tell them, you don't need anything, your teeth are perfect, let's just do your cleaning. So the philosophy is, whatever treatment I'm not gonna do on my family, I'm not gonna do on someone else. So if someone is coming with, a stain and they're telling me my other dentist wants to do a filling, I'm not gonna do that filling. Or I'm not gonna do a bigger treatment, even that if that means more money, just because doing dentistry or doing the business part. We treat people with honesty, and we really do whatever we will feel comfortable to do on our family. So from the moment a patient chooses us, they come to the office at Sapphire Smiles, they're becoming part of the family, and we really treat them as such. And we are able to retain a big amount of our patients, and actually our patients know that, feel that, and value that. They know we're a family business. They ask me about the other doctor, which is Dr. Mary, my wife, or they ask her about me, and it's always good to run into them. And so many times we run into clients, in the street, in a grocery store, or anywhere in Houston, and it becomes a nice situation. Actually, I just remembered, like last Christmas, we were in the Coca-Cola light, and I ran into one of my clients. We took pictures with the lights, and it's just nice. It's nice to have this relationship with your clients, and this is our philosophy, to make our patients friends and family. Not to mention the fact that my biggest nightmare is one day I'm not going to be able to satisfy the needs of one of my clients, especially when it comes to cosmetic dentistry, because it's still subjective. Like, no matter what I think, I give them like a really good smile, they may not be happy. And my biggest fear is for that patient to go and get the work that I've done in their mouth redone somewhere else. So I'm always, on the look of, are you happy? Having you happy with what we did is really a big deal to me. And if you're not happy, then I need to see why, and I will do my best to make them happy. So I think this is our philosophy. We want our patients happy. We want to make sure we treat them fairly and with all honesty. And that's it.
Smart philosophy, enough to create the bond.
Create the bond. Yeah.
What advice do you have for someone who's looking to improve their smile and overall health but feels overwhelmed by the options available?
So it is overwhelming nowadays because there is so many options. I would say my advice to, if someone is listening to this podcast, and even if they're not in Texas and they're trying to figure it out for themselves, my advice is, the first thing you need to do is pick a provider, pick a dentist that you feel you can connect to. It's not hard nowadays. You can go to their website, read their bios, you can watch them, I don't know, like YouTube, Instagram, like nowadays it's not hard to feel connected to someone. Now, it's not just about feeling connected, you also need to trust their knowledge and basically feel like whatever that dentist that I'm choosing is going to do for my teeth, I trust that they're going to do the best for me. So it is better to pick a provider to help you and guide you through the process, rather than trying to think for yourself, I want to do veneers, I want to do Invisalign, I want to do, because if you are thinking about Invisalign, but you come here and we see some limitations, then we want you to trust that when we tell you this is not the best, then this is not the best. Or the other way around. People come here, I want veneers, but they have super crooked teeth, and then we tell them, we want you to do Invisalign, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna go somewhere else because I want veneers. So really pick a provider that you can trust. When you meet them, kind of try to have a judgment. If you think you did the right choice, then stick to them and have them guide you through the process, rather than you feeling on your own. So this is my advice. At my office, I do my best to listen to the patient, get to know exactly what are they looking for, and also I try to understand, do you have a certain budget? Are you trying to reach a perfect Hollywood smile, or you just want your own smile but enhanced? So I'm trying to connect with them, getting to know what they have in mind, and once I capture all of that, I start proposing, based on what you shared with me and what I see in your mouth, I believe that this treatment is going to be the best. And then once we do that, as I mentioned, I am able to show them, Invisalign has a simulation. This is your smile is going to look like with Invisalign without veneers. Or let me show you the digital smile design. Or let's do the test drive. So we try to have a good communication, visual communication, to allow them to also make what we call an educated decision. So my job is to educate them and then give them a decision. Actually, one thing that is quite funny, I see people that are trusting me enough that when it comes to choosing a color, like we chose everything and now we're choosing a color for their smile. I have a lot of people tell me, doctor, just choose whatever you think is right. I trust you. And at that moment, thank you for trusting me, and I can recommend something for you, but at the end of the day, I need your input, because now we're talking about, it's as if we have a good dress that has a good fit for you, but do you want it in red, blue, or yellow? Like I need to know more than what I know about you. So it's good that people are trusting us, but it's also, we need to give them visuals to help them, decide what they're gonna like the most. So my advice: pick the provider, have them guide you so that you can get the best outcome.
Truly insightful. So, outside dentistry, what are some things you enjoy doing personally to maintain a healthy lifestyle?
I'm a little bit guilty in that. I always feel like I'm working a little bit longer hours or harder than average person. I think I work about 70 to 80 hours a week, which is
oh my God.
Insane. But I try to spend time with the kids for sure. I have 3 kids. Biking with them is really a lot of fun. My kids started learning to bike on their own, so it's a lot of fun for them. So I spend a lot of time with them on the weekend riding bikes. We love beach vacations, so like at least 2 to 3 times a year we have to take some time off and go to a nice sandy beach, maybe in Florida or back home or something like that, and we spend time on the beach. I really love beach vacations, swimming, playing in the sand with the kids. This is how I re-energize. Now weekly I try to play soccer and pickleball. I'm not the best player, but I'm not bad. I'm competitive, so I really enjoy playing pickleball and soccer. So this is it, spending time with the kids and some sports here and there and a few vacations, and keep hustling and making people smile and treating as many people as we can.
Sounds fun. If you weren't a dentist, what career path do you think you would have chosen instead?
So there is always that younger idea, like when I was young, like you're thinking as like I want to be like a football player. I want to be, by football player I mean soccer player, because I'm from Egypt, we call it football, but like soccer player or like a DJ or like a pilot for an airplane. But this is just wild ideas for a young person. Your reality is I think I have good skills when it comes to managing a team and making that team being under best efficiency, best abilities. So I believe that if I'm not a dentist, I can work in a company and allow the company to grow. So grow and development is something that I think I'm skilled at. I have I'm grateful that I have this quality. Like I think it's just something in my personality, like to be able to bond with people, to be able to see the areas of defects, identify them and work on solutions and allow people to excel and do better. So I think I can take a small supply chain and make them produce more, or I think I can take a smaller company and allow them to franchise. I don't know, like I've never been there, but I think I can be good at fixing team production problems and make them grow. So I think you would call it like growth and development. That's something I enjoy. Or maybe one day I'll stop being a dentist treating patient and I will work as a consulting dentist to help other dentists figure it out, figure their passion, build their dental practice, overcome a lot of challenges that we have every day. So coaching, consulting, realistically speaking, now I can do that in dentistry. Maybe that can be my retirement plan. But if I wasn't a dentist, I think I would do good in growth and development.
So probably one day we are going to have another episode with Dr. Antoun called the Dr. Antoun Dental Academy.
Thank you, Dalia. I really hope this is helpful and insightful for some people. I really enjoyed this time and I hope I answered your questions in a good way.
Thank you. Lastly, what advice you'd give to someone who's just starting their dental journey?
So, I think dentistry is growing. I think the numbers of people graduating dentist school is growing so much. And that makes it more and more challenging because you really have to differentiate yourself than thousands of other dentists. So let's start by you really have to invest in yourself, put a lot of efforts, a lot of time. You really need to attend a lot of continuing education. Don't be don't fear the cost, or because I meet a lot of young dentists and they feel like, oh my god, I'm gonna go to this weekend and pay $5,000. Unfortunately, dental courses are super expensive, so you can actually spend a week for $10,000. But reality is, this is your life, this is your career. You have to try different branches of dentistry until you find your passion and just tap on it. Keep investing in yourself and keep learning, and you have to keep trying to differentiate yourself. Figure out what is your asset, your skills, and just maximize on it. It is a nice profession, but it is not an easy one. It's definitely challenging, and in order for you to unleash your maximum potential, you have to take a lot of risks. So take risks, do your best, learn, and I think anybody who does that, there's no way they're not going to succeed, because it's just nature. You put effort, you get fruits and results. So that's my advice.
Awesome. That brings us to the end of our episode today. A big thank you to Dr. Mina Antoun, founder of Sapphire Smile in Houston Heights, for sharing his inspiring journey, expert insights, and passion for patient care. If you are in the Houston area and looking for a modern, compassionate dental experience, be sure to check out Sapphire Smile. As always, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with anyone who could use a brighter smile today. Until our next episode, stay healthy and keep smiling, and take joy wherever you go.